Yes. So what happened is they made fun of her because they couldn't understand why she made up that story about 100 dresses. They did all this while being ignorant of the fact that it could hurt her. No one would believe her when she said she possessed 100 dresses all lined up in her closet. All the girls screamed in astonishment. The little girls would stop playing in order to see what was going on. Vanda would affirm their theories. Then she had made dresses out of velvet and silk too. Sadly, after she left, they all used to start laughing. But 100 dresses, obviously, the only dress Vanda had was the blue one she wore every day. So why did she say she had 100 dresses? What's the story? How many shoes did you say you had? 6 pairs, 60 pairs, all lined up in my closet. Cries and exaggerated in politeness greeted this. All alike. Oh no, every pair is different. All colors, all lined up. Peggy, who had thought up this game, and Maddie, her inseparable friend, were always the last to leave. Finally, Vanda moved up the street, her eyes dull and mouth closed, hitching her left shoulder every now and then in a funny way she had finishing the walk to school alone. Everyone was thinking why she was lying. Although they were teasing her, they were very rude to her. Thus, in the same tone, they continued asking about her number of shoes she had. She said she had to, which she replied 60, each pair different. It was Peggy's idea to embarrass her like that. Though she was polite, Peggy and Maddie, inseparable friends, were the last one to leave school while Vanda would go back alone with her dull eyes, sad. Peggy was not really cruel. She protected small children from bullies, and she cried for hours if she saw an animal mistreated. If anybody said to her, "Do you think that this is cruel way to treat Vanda?" she would have been very surprised. Cruel? Why did the girl say she had 100 dresses? Anybody could tell that was a lie. Why did she want to lie? And she wasn't just an ordinary person. Else, why did she have a name like that? Anyway, they never made her cry. Maddie did not like the idea of making fun of the number of clothes and accessories Vanda possessed. Not because she cared about her, but because she was poor herself. She wore clothes that were given to her by someone else, but she was not as poor as Vanda. She did not live in Boggins Heights and did not even have a weird name. Sometimes Maddie did feel uncomfortable teasing Vanda, and when Peggy used to ask Vanda those questions, she would silently count the marbles in her hand, pretending to play with them. If that the dress game had been invented, Maddie would have never known about the very existence of Vanda. She felt uncomfortable not because she cared about Vanda, but because she was worried she would be next. Although she was not senseless enough to say she had 100 dresses, she wished that Peggy did not tease Vanda. Vanda didn't come that day, and after having waited for her so long, Maggie and Betty got late for school. Maddie was secretly happy that they could not get a chance to make fun of Vanda, but she was lost in her own thoughts and couldn't study properly. All this time she kept thinking about writing a note to Peggy telling her to stop making fun of Vanda, which she did write after finishing arithmetic. She wanted to write a note because she knew that she did not have the guts to say it on her face. While writing the note to Peggy, Maddie shook at the imagination of her being a new target for Peggy and the girls. She was afraid that she would ask where she got the dress from, which was actually Peggy's Maddie's mother got it transformed with new laces and ribbons so that none of her classmates could identify it. She was wearing Peggy's dress. Okay. She wished Peggy stopped having fun with Vanda on her own. Suddenly she ran her hand through her hair as a gesture to drive away all those thoughts. She said to herself, as saying that Peggy is the most liked girl in the room, her best friend, and so she couldn't be wrong. Thus she tore and threw the note away. She was also afraid of losing her friend Peggy. Now, Maggie had cleared her thoughts about confessing to Peggy. She started thinking about Vanda. She thought that Vanda was just another girl living in Boggin Heights who hardly spoke to anybody. She remembers when Vanda talked to her, talked about her pale blue dress and jungle green dress paired with a red sash. The girls made fun of her by saying that she would rather look like a Christmas tree in that dress. While thinking about Vanda, Maddie began thinking about the drawing contest in which the boys had to design motorboats and girls had to design dresses. Peggy was the obvious winner of that competition because she was the best artist in the room. She could copy exact pictures and recognizable portraits. She was sure that Peggy would win, and results would be announced the next day when everyone would know what's what. But there was a slightly change in it. The day when the results were to be announced, it was raining lightly, and thus the two best friends ran quickly to school without waiting for Vanda. Generally, they used to wait for her at the Oliver Street that led to Boggins Heights, the place where Vanda lived, but they didn't wait that day. Even if it was raining that day, they wouldn't have waited for her because that day was crucial as the results were to be announced. So they are so mean, right? Selfish. When the best friends entered the classroom, Peggy and Maddie asked me if Miss Mason would announce the results or not, to which Maddie said yes. Maddie told her that she believed Peggy would win, but to their utmost surprise, when they entered the class, there were drawings all over the room, bright and brilliant. They left everyone in awe. These were the drawings for the contest. Miss Mason announced the winners after everyone had settled. Amongst the boys, Jackie Beggles had won. He drew an outboard motor which was displayed in room number 12 along with drawings made by other boys. Then she talked about the girl submissions. She mentioned that there was one such girl who had submitted 100 designs, each so beautiful that the judges felt that any of them was worthy of the gold medal. Miss Mason proudly announced Vanda as the winner of the competition. So we'll keep it till here and it's done. She continued sadly and mentioned that Vanda has not been coming since days. Hoping she would be there the next day, she instructed everyone to look at the flawless collection too, which everyone applauded and whistled. Maddie and Peggy even saw the blue dress that Vanda had talked about. It was beautiful. Peggy sighed, "I thought I could draw," which means that the drawings left her in immense admiration. She admired so much. But that girl never came. She must have left school or something. Don't know. Anyways, so go through the poem, try to solve your question answers, and hope to see you soon. And I hope I was able to explain. Okay, so bye bye, take care.